Hello everyone, Rye Guy here. Today we are going to talk about subnetting. I just want to preface this video with if you're looking for a in-depth knowledge of subnetting, this video is not for you. I'm only going to be talking about the basics of subnetting, a little bit of history, a little bit of math, and where we got today and what should be on your home network. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start out with the definition of subnetting. It's more or less a logical subdivision of a network. So it would be the practice of basically dividing a network into a few, one, two, three, four more networks from one network, also known as subnetting. So subnetting, you might have seen 255.255.255.25 something, or maybe .128.0. You might have seen this on your router settings, or maybe inside of some Windows tool, maybe command prompt IP config, or just kind of looking around in various settings. What this basically does is give number of addresses that a network can have. If you remember back to our previous video for DHCP, this also gives that service the ability to pull from these IP addresses. So with that being said, I'm going to pull up a Class C subnet and what one would typically look like in our most common form. And I want you to recall your home network. It should normally be 192.168.1.0 or 192.168.0.0. Those are normally your home networks. So I'm going to pull up the most basic ones. So if we take a look at our subnet chart, we see the /24 for our CIDR. And we are going to look down here and see that it ends in a .0, which this basically means that we can have 256 addresses. Well, you might be asking yourself, if I have 256 addresses, why does my IP range go from 1 to 254? Looks like you're missing 2, and you would be correct. There is one for the network, which is right here, 192.168.1.0, and there is a broadcast address. That one will be 192.168.1.255. I will also bring up another most common network here, and we are still in the same /24. If we look on this /24 and this /24, the only difference in our IP address is this third octal right here. All these are called octal because they all hold 8 bits. As we go over here, I'm going to briefly give you an overview of this chart. I'm going to stay on /24. So if you see for a host bit we have 8, that means that these 8 bits right here are all zeros, which means that they can all be changed. So if you took this, a bit can be 1, it can be 0, and you can take that and times each one by 2. So you would have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, or 2 to the 8th power. You would get 256, which makes you have 254 usable addresses. In this quick breakdown here, I'm going to bring up a third IP address and subnet mask. So we have 192.168.5.16/28. If we look down here at /28, means that we have 4 host bits. So 2 to the 4th power 16. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros there. And that is what we end up with 16. If we look up here, we have a range from 17 to 30 usable. And there would be 31 is our broadcast address. 16 is our network address. That is a basic breakdown in the most basic form of subnet masks. You definitely want to have one of these top 2 if you are just starting out before you go out and explore the world of subnetting. The majority of my videos are going to be on these 2 as they are the 2 most used at home, and I will be staying with the /24 subnet. So with 254 addresses that we can use, I think that almost any networking masterpiece that you can come up with will be good.